I'm going to attempt to justify why I haven't left the nest yet. So if you take on all this inorganic cultural normalcy, which is what they think they want, your family think they want for you, emphasis on think, because they believe in it as well, all this sacrifice, accepting and pretending, avoiding, you start to lose the steering wheel on your life and trust in the process, because you know what's happening isn't, the best for you, but you just trust it anyway. If you take on all this moral financial contradiction and unreconcilable return on investment, your family will still be worried. You will be in a lot more chaos. You will be in a worse state. You will think, do, and feel lesser. You will have an uncertain future still, just like everybody else. Just you'll be living like a battery more. Producing instead of living. I think it's just to condition you into accepting losing your health and awareness over time in return for perceived power in the form of money, which goes above everything else, all other values and duties to the self, our future, our bodies, everything. They put this above everything else for economies over bodies, and now it's somehow our job to make it reconcilable. The kicker is it works because they force collective material reality through societal construct. Screw the word bipartisan and partisan. This is not a left-right issue. This is societal construct. And also, people benefit from money, right? Like, there's plenty of people who are happy because of money. So, as long as enough people believe in it, it doesn't matter if the rich get to benefit. Society and humanity will still improve anyway after they're gone. It doesn't matter. Even in music, money above all else is normalized when it can't be for everybody. I wonder why that is. We already had an automated authoritarianism before AI was even talked about. I'm watching my friends starve to death because they're doing what everybody wanted them to do. Try to go out on their own. What will become of Canada, man? And so, yeah, this is why I chose Reliance, because I knew right from the get-go that being my best self would mean less worry for everybody else regardless. I've reduced my financial burden, except for, bare necessities, which is not... You can't contrast that with how I lived before 2022 and everything else going on around us and say that I am what needs to change, especially given my physical history and the fact that my doctor doesn't want me to work. What, are we going to start taking away disability and tell quadriplegics that they should start working when things get bad enough because, we expect them to? No, it doesn't work like that. Don't project onto somebody else that they are not man, social metrics, that they're not man enough because they don't work, and they claim they're limited just because they appear 100%, right? We need to stop pushing this inorganic cultural normalcy, and we need to get control of the situation. Capitalism. If it's not detrimental and it's enjoyable, you're sure as shit it's gonna cost more, because no hospital bills later. We are giving the legal processes and systems to one-sided logic to overrule two-sided logic because feelings. We need to stop doing this. The points I'm trying to drive home are, either way, your family's going to be worried for you. We should all be worried about the future, and you should at least try to be your best self rather than listen to everybody all the time. Stand on what you know, but always be open to attack and to admit when you're wrong. We need a good automated authoritarianism with AI, with people actually being able to focus on themselves again. And You're not entitled or extreme inherently for wanting to live a good life. You aren't. If you want to choose to live good, that never makes you inherently entitled or extreme. It never does. There's always more to it than that. Because maybe you were willing to be a cog in the failing machine if the machine wasn't failing, and that could actually be sustainable. But it can't. And remember, there's more than one context for the word sustainable. Not anymore. They don't control us. They lay the groundwork for us to control us.